Hi guys, this is Mr. Tan, and this is still intellectual property, and we're focusing on kind of like the remaining parts of intellectual property. So if we just do a quick recap in terms of what we're looking at, we're saying, products of the human mind, the fruits of human creativity and innovation. So we're talking about, inventions, literary arts of works, designs, brands, symbols, names, and we're talking about intellectual property system in terms of patents, copyrights, trademarks, geographical locations, industrial design, and trade secrets. And we just finished off, um, you know, um, trademarks, and now we were looking at the defenses of the use of the name or address, descriptive use, and intended purpose. So there are some defenses where trademarks are actually allowed to be used. So, you know, usually a registered trademark is not infringed when they're used by the person where it's its own name or own address. And the use of indications concerning kind, quality, intended purpose, value, or geographical origin, their time of production of goods or of rendering of a service, or other characteristics of goods or services. And also, a trademark won't infringe where they indicate the intended purpose of a product or service. And another area where you don't find an infringement of trademarks is in comparative um, advertising. So now we are moving on to the basics of trade secrets. So, what are trade secrets? It's a secret, has commercial value, and it's subject to reasonable steps to keep it a secret. Why a trade secret? You can no procedural formalities and unlimited time period associated with it. What are the risks? Well, if discovered or leaked, it can be used by others and it could ruin a business. Trade secret in terms of the ingredients of Coca-Cola, trade secrets of the ingredients of Kentucky. So if people found out, then they would use it or modify it to, make the same type of ingredients or products as in those companies. So now we are moving on to the basics of geographical indicators. So, what really comes to mind when you think about words like champagne or, uh, Porto or Sheffield or Havana or tequila? Well, think about that. So this leads us on to what are geographical indications. You know, this is a sign used on goods that have a specific geographical origin, the name of a place or origin of the goods and or symbols, without literally naming its place of origin. Processes, qualities, reputation or characteristics that are essentially attributable, to that place or origin. In short, it is distinct to that geographical location. Why geographical indicators? Well, because it identifies its source. It indicates the unique qualities from that location. They promote the product with a distinguishing name as well. And they prevent infringement and really unfair competition. So, what are the affiliations of origin? Again, there's a stronger link with the place of origin, exclusively or, essentially quality or characteristics due to the geographical origin, the raw materials of the processing. And it gives it uniqueness and people can relate to it, like champagne. It has a sense of quality to it. So that itself comes from a specific region in France or of a specific area where champagne is, grown from the grapes. Now we're moving on to the basics of industrial designs. What is an industrial design? The ornamental or aesthetic aspect, of an article, like a 3D shape or surface of an article, or 2D, patterns, lines, or colors. And why protect industrial designs? Well, you need to protect this industrial design to make, a design is what makes a product more attractive and appealing. So to protect it, you need to contribute to the commercial value and marketability. You don't want someone to be able to, make the same design as you've made and spent so much time marketing and investment in terms of marketing and selling the product, and then someone else does the same design, profiting off all the investment and hard work that you've actually undertaken in your company. And also it promotes fair competition and honest trade practices, as well as helps economic development by encouraging creativity. So how can these industrial designs be protected? In most countries, they must be registered in order to be protected. But in order for it to be registered, they must be new or original. It can't be identical or very similar to a design that has already existed. So we've actually covered the areas of intellectual property. So if we recap in terms of what we've done, then intellectual property in terms of the family tree existed where we had the IP at the top, and then we had three subsectors of intellectual property, including the industrial property, the copyright, which we covered in a separate, which I covered in a separate video itself, and protection for traditional knowledge. And then under industrial property, there were three further subsections which included patents, designs, and brands. So I hope this has helped today from Mr. Tan.